Call the meeting to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Whitman.
She's excused.
Isley.
Excused.
Vining. Here. Germaine. Here. Lamore.
Here.
Felder.
Here.
Mayor Clark.
Here. Yes, we all please rise for the invocation. Remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Guide our working together, give us wisdom to make the right decisions, your understanding to listen to each other, and your compassion to promote the peace and welfare of the residents of this community.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, first item, please.
The first item would be any amendments to the agenda.
Thank you.
Your Honor, motion to remove item 2292, consideration of the offer to purchase 75 Scott Street and 317 East First Street by Spire Development from council action.
Second. Okay, there's a motion by Councilman Felder, supported by Councilman Lamore, that item 2292 be removed from the agenda from the council action. No other comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Vining.
Yes.
Germaine.
Yes.
Lamore.
Yes.
Felder.
Yes.
Mayor Clark.
Yes. Clerk, next item, please.
The next item are citizen comments not related to an agenda item.
Thank you. This time, we have at the front of the meeting and also toward the back of the meeting, an opportunity for any comments from those present here this evening. Any comments from those present here this evening? And mindful of the rules of the chamber for 3 minutes, please come forward, state your name, address, please.
Good evening. I'm Lee Sharp, 5943 Roseland Avenue. That's a new address. I'm sorry. 48161. For those of you that don't know me, I am president of the AFL-CIO Central Labor Council for Monroe and Lenawee County, and I am here to address a concern that we have with the changing of the name of Labor Park to Mignano Park that has been discussed in these chambers. As the leader of labor for this community, we would like you to know that working families here take great pride in being labor, and we're very proud of the work that we do. And we take every instance to celebrate that with Labor Park and others and our Community Labor Day event. And we have a partnership with the United Way that does a great amount of community service here in Monroe. But we also have our own community service group. And through that group, we try to uplift the community in many different ways, several of which take place at the ALCC and Labor Park, to include Cultivate Communities, the new event that we have in place of the old Easter egg hunt, which was taking school kids and bringing them in to read books and having a community person come in and read with them. Food drives, lots of work down in that area, and we're very proud of that park. Now, it's very exciting to know that you all are considering doing some work down there and making it nicer and a place where people want to be more. But we're very proud of that being called Labor Park, and we'd like to keep it that way. So thank you for your consideration.
Well, thank you, Lee, and thank you for being here. Just as a follow-up, I know you got here toward the part of our work session. It was on the agenda for the work session, and you may have an opportunity, maybe we'll go back and watch that a bit and hear the council comments. It was very much along the lines of what you had said, and really as this came forward, it wasn't necessarily that we council made a decision. It was just a thought, as we're, for the very reason you said, the redevelopment of the Labor Park area and what that means in uplifting the community. And there was always considerations. It made us really look back on our policy, which is about monument naming. Right. But yet at the same time, months ago, I was approached by somebody looking for that as along those lines. And so that policy is getting revisited by the staff administration, maybe come back to the council of a naming and monument policy and really see how that all fits. It's not something where council would just make them, well, we shouldn't anyways, make a motion, do it and be done. Right. So I think it was just really kind of a thought and free thinking, as I say. So I appreciate you being here because it really generated a lot of conversation from council members that were asking and really, kind of digging that history to see, right. Okay, it's been Labor Park as long as I've known.
Well, Labor's Hall was right there.
Exactly, right across the street. And so it really brought some of those thoughts that you just said back to the forefront in the discussion. So administration has kind of a guideline from where we're at for that discussion, but I appreciate you being here with your thoughts and
Thank
support
you.
as well.
And if I could, just one more, I'm a really big fan of parks and I use them a lot. And I'm all for having more parks. So if we want to name a new park, I'm good with that.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Other comments from those present here this evening, not related to an agenda item? Seeing no further comments, clerk, next item, please.
The next item is 2297, Public Hearing, Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Public hearing to receive and review comments on the Parks and Recreation Master Plan.
Thank you. Well, it looks like we're going to continue on Parks and Recreation, and then, of course, we have this. So at this time, I'm going to open the public hearing regarding the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. The opportunity for any of those present here this evening to talk about the Parks and Recreation Master Plan that's been discussed at previous sessions. This is the public hearing that's been scheduled. Any comments from those present here this evening? I don't know if there's any comments from the council members in the public hearing. If not, I know it's on the agenda later. Councilwoman Vining.
I just want to say, well, I've been on the council a few years now, and it's exciting to see where Parks and Recreation has come from the 5 or 6 years ago when I started. So I wanted to credit our city manager and the staff and Miss Loretta for the work that they've done to get us this far. So I'm really excited to see the parks developing and, you know, extra excited to see us starting at Labor Park. So I just wanted to thank you all for the hard work you've put in over the years, and it's clear to see when you read the master plan. So thanks.
Other comments from the council members? I'm going to add a follow-up to Councilwoman Vining because we've talked about this before. And we have boards and commissions, and in our Recreation Commission, an opportunity for as people serve. So I really want to extend that thank you to the board, the Recreation Advisory Commission that provided a lot of work on this. And it wasn't just something that was done in the past year. As Councilwoman Vining said, it goes back for years. And we are make sure that we update our master plans, including the Parks and Recreations that qualifies us for grants, but also at the same time it makes it fresh to what is the community is looking for. So my thanks to the Recreation Commission as well for their support and involvement in this process. Other comments on the public hearing? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Clerk, next item, please.
Item is under council action, item 2293, proposed ordinance to prohibit the sale and possession of vapor and e-cigarette products by minors.
Okay, we'll need a motion to bring this forward. Councilman Vine?
I make a motion that we move to introduce the ordinance to prohibit the sale and possession of vapor and e-cigarette products by minors. Item number 2293.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion by Councilman Vine and support by Councilman Lamore, but also in this motion with the ordinance is to schedule the public hearing and the final reading at the next meeting at February 4th. Councilwoman, is that correct?
Yes, thank you.
Very well. Councilman Lamore? Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Vining?
Yes.
Jermaine? Yes. Lamore?
Yes.
Felder?
Yes.
Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Chapter 659, Tobacco, Article 1, Sale to and Possession by Minors. An ordinance to amend Article 1, Sale to and Possession by Minors of Chapter 659, Tobacco of the Code of the City of Monroe.
Thank you. Please.
The next item is item 2256, Parks and Recreation Master 2019 through 2023 Plan Adoption.
Looking for a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilman Vining.
I move that the City Council adopt the resolution approving the City of Monroe Parks and Recreation Master Plan 2019 through 2023, and authorize city staff to complete the administrative steps necessary to certify the plan with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources following consideration of any comments received at the public hearing.
Second.
There's a motion by Councilwoman Vining, supported by Councilman Lamore on item 2256, the Parks and Recreation Master 2019-2023 plan adoption. Any comments from council? I know we had the public hearing. I'm just going to make a quick comment. Why this comes up yet again, we always talk about master plans and the importance in every 5 years. It's critically important because of the opportunities from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. And it allows us to apply for grants. And I know that, as Councilman Vining said, for years, our involvement with the MDNR and grants that we've received, this is critically important. So my thanks again to staff and the commission and all for their bringing this forward. It's in identifying those parks that are our priorities in council's work. With that, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Vining,
Yes.
Germaine,
Yes.
Lamore,
Yes.
Felder,
Yes.
Mayor Clark.
Yes. Clerk, next item, please.
The next item would be the consent agenda, and for approval of payments under item B, the amount should read $964,287.42, 964,287.42.
Thank you. Are there any items on the consent agenda that council wishes to have pulled for further discussion? Any items on the consent agenda? Seeing none, are there any items on the consent agenda those present here this evening wish to have pulled for further discussion? Any items requested to be pulled? Seeing none, a motion to be in order.
Your Honor. I
More.
move that we approve the consent agenda and have its actions carried out and recorded.
Second.
I guess I get to pick one now. There's a motion by Councilman Lamore, supported by Councilman Felder. The consent agenda that all items be accepted, placed on file, and the recommendations carried out. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Vining, Germaine, Lamore,
Yes.
Felder,
Yes.
Mayor Clark.
Yes.
I have no further items, Your Honor.
Council comments to start, and it is January. We're going to go right to Councilman Vining for first comments.
I have no comment this evening, Your Honor. Thank you.
Councilwoman Germaine.
I want to congratulate Mark Cochran, oh, he's still there, he's still here, and also Aaron Ochins and Corey Welch and Michaela Marceau as well for their wonderful articles in the Monroe Magazine and everything they do for the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.
Councilman Lamore.
Yes, sir. Just want to hand out a thank you to city staff for their efforts this past weekend, Saturday specifically, in clearing all the snow. A lot came down, and it came down fast. Great job to the DPS for taking care of all of the downtown area. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Felder.
No comments, Your Honor.
Okay, I just have a couple short ones. I know I commented on at the work session, but you know the boards and commissions. There's numerous appointments, and I want to say congratulations to those that were supported here by council to be appointed. And yet, I also want to recognize there are a few long-term members of various boards and commissions that serve the community that will not be on the boards as they move forward with some adjustment changes and also some choices. But with that, I always say there's always an opportunity to serve the community, and maybe those items will come back around for them. The River Raisin Heritage Corridor Advisory Commission was established by council by ordinance. Those first members are now approved by the council. We'll move forward with them of working with staff to get a date to bring those together for the first meeting, and look forward to that opportunity as they, within their duties and responsibilities, come back and report to council at periodic times. There's a quarterly meeting, so we'll get them started on that. I'm going to echo Councilman Lamore's comments. My thanks to the staff and the workers through the weekend winter storm. I thought they did a great job. I know that come Sunday morning, as I was out and about and seeing them working continuously. But Monday, opportunity to drive through the community, and there was not a street that wasn't addressed. And remind people that it is more helpful if they remove their streets or their cars off some of those streets, but they managed well. I think staff did a great job to get the streets clean, and my thanks to them as well. I want to follow up an activity that occurred last week. Dr. Derek King visited our community, was out at the community college for a presentation. There was a discussion panel that held at the ALCC, and the community came out to listen to Dr. King, but also the community members that were there. I thought it was a great event, a great opportunity to share some thoughts, hear his words of encouragement and thoughts as we move forward as a community. And I think there's opportunities to do more of that, whether Dr. King's here or not. And I look forward to working with the LCC board and other boards within our community, community-type functions to continue the conversation. So I thought it was worth mentioning. So, Councilman Vining.
Oh, excuse me. You can, that is being currently broadcasted on the Impact station. So for everybody who missed it, you can catch it on Impact.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I would have forgotten. I just received an email that had that attached. So you're correct. It can be viewed for those that weren't able to attend, but just to hear the conversation and some of the community members, but also Dr. Derek King that was there. So my thanks to that. So I think that's my comments for this evening. Clerk Treasurer Lavoie.
I don't have any comments this evening, Your Honor.
Okay. City Manager Pastu.
Excuse me, nor do I, Your Honor.
Okay, at this time, I'll ask if there's any comments from those present here this evening. Any comments from the those present for public comment? Seeing none, before I ask for adjournment, I do want to remind that one of the items that was on the council action had to do with the proposed ordinance on a prohibit sale to and possession of vapor and e-products to minors, and there'll be a public hearing at our next meeting on February 4th. And look forward to that discussion if there's any comments from the community. And that's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Lamore, supported by Councilman Felder to adjourn. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilperson Vining? Yes. Germaine?
Yes.
Lamore?
Yes.
Felder?
Yes.
Mayor Clark?
Yes. Thank you all.